Hey guys and gals, Jim back here, and in the last video I was trying to think of something I wanted to tell everybody, but I just couldn't think of it at the time. Well, as soon as I ended this video and started the upload, it came to me. Okay, in the instance of this here, or even other little kits that you might want to light, you guys might wonder, well, why don't you just use, they do sell colored fiber optics. Why don't you just use colored fiber optics and a white LED? I'll tell you right now, if you go on eBay, there's a gentleman that sells colored fiber optics, pretty reasonably priced. You get several strands of red, blue, green, orange, and yellow. Don't think they include purple no more. He used to have, I think it states on there, purple is no longer included. But anyway, don't waste your money. They don't light up colors. I tried them. The first time I tried them when I did my Battlestar Galactica, the Pegasus were on the front of the landing bay things. They got the red and green marker lights. I lit them up and they show up white. I ended up having to use colored LEDs, the appropriately colored LEDs for the red ones and the appropriate color for the green ones. If you look at them, and I went through this with another gentleman about 6-7 months back, because I noticed it and I let him know because he bought the same fiber optics off of eBay from the same place. And after I told him about it, he tried his out and found out the same thing. If you want to waste your money, go right ahead. I'm not going to tell you to stop. But they are colored fiber optic strands. But what it is, they got a real heavy coating on them of the colors, and it flakes off. I noticed that one time when I was using them, it was flaking off, and you were getting clear spots. So they're not actually colored fiber optics. They're color coated fiber optics. They will light up like white. So don't like I said, don't waste your money. I got 50 millimeter, 0.50 millimeter and 0.25 millimeter. I hold on to them. Sometimes I use little pieces like on the little 1000 scale Star Trek kits. Even if they're not lighting them, I might put a piece of fiber optic. It looks more almost like a translucent for like the little starboard port and starboard lights and stuff like that. And it gives a better effect than painting it or something like that. But that's about all I use them for. They light up white. You're going to have to do something, either use a colored LED or get some different color Sharpie markers and paint the tips of them and stuff once you're done. I did try some red ones in my Revell Star Destroyer, and the red fiber optics, they turned out white just like the rest of them. So that's that. I just thought I wanted to share that with everybody in case anybody wants to do this. Another thing is, if you're a beginner to the hobby or a beginner to lighting a model, I don't suggest this for a beginner. There's a lot of tedious trimming in here, and the stuff is so tiny, and that's another reason I didn't show a video on exactly what I did, because the stuff is so tiny and minute. One little slip of the X-Acto, or you cut a little bit too much up, and you're going to completely ruin your model. I don't know if Bandai replaces separate parts like, American model companies. If you write to them, they'll ship you a new part for a small fee, sometimes free, depending on what it is. But I don't know if you get just separate parts or screws with certain pieces sent to you. So I don't suggest doing these lighting, and especially with all the trimming or stuff like that, if you're a beginner. I mean, the models look cool and stuff, do some practice on lighting a regular model where you got to make a little bit of modifications or something, and then you can take something like this. But I don't recommend it. It's just not that you can't do it, or I'm talking against anybody out there that wants to try it, but it'll just save you a lot of money on having to replace the model kit. And even though these are inexpensive, if you keep messing kits up and stuff, it will add up eventually. And one more thing I was going to mention in a previous video. If you got this Super Star Destroyer to be the same scale as this little mini Star Destroyer. This one's about 4 inches. This is about 7 1/4. But if these were both in scale, if this was the same scale as this one, it'd measure 52 inches. It's just something, being a machinist all my life and working with numbers and calculations and geometry and all that kind of stuff. I basically, the other night I was sitting around, didn't have nothing to do, and it's like, man, I wonder how actually big. I mean, you read about it, you know, in the movies, in real life, if the Super Star Destroyer existed, how many millimeters, but I calculated it all out. For these two kits to be in scale, this one staying at the size it is, this one would be 52 inches. It'd make an awesome kit. If they did something like this in, say, twice the scale, that'd be pretty cool. You know, about maybe even if it was like about a 3-foot model. I'm disappointed with the Star Destroyer that they come out with, the 1/5000 scale. The Revell one that I did, the 4000 scale build and play. I did it up just like the big one. In fact, the larger Revell Zvezda one is based off of the same molds and design as the build and play. So if you look at it real close, all the little nooks and crannies and all the detail on the top bridge and everything is identical on both models, even the size of the side trenches. But I'm kind of holding off on that new Bandai one. I mean, it is a nice kit. The nice thing about it, the holes are pre-drilled. Even if you don't get the lighted version, you can still light the regular version on your own. The holes are all pre-drilled. I know on my Revell one, I drilled out over 1,000 holes on that one, and that I counted them as I ran my fibers through them, so that's how I know. I think it was actually a total of 1,069 or something like that, but kind of holding off for the money, 75 bucks most places. Hoping Hobby Lobby eventually might get it in, because that 40% off discount coupon, it sure as hell be a nice chunk of money off of that kit, but I don't think Hobby Lobby will get it. They are starting to carry more stuff. Oh, one thing too, Hobby Lobby is starting to carry canopy glue. It's by a different company. It's by, oh, I forget who it's by, but it's a different brand, but it's canopy glue. And Hobby Lobby is also starting to carry a lot of different styrene. The packages of your sheet styrene, if you do scratch building, a lot of stuff like I do. They carry sheet styrene now, different thicknesses, variety packs. They carry different size styrene strips and rods and tubes and stuff like that. So they're starting to get a little bit more product in. You know, if you don't want to wait for shipping from someplace online and you need something right away, they're starting to carry more things like that. I don't remember who the brand. It's a well-known model company brand, the Canopy Glue, but it's not the same brand as I'm used to using. But anyway, Canopy Glue's Canopy Glue, and it's at a pretty competitive price. I think it's like around, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere between $3.50, maybe $4 for a bottle, which is pretty much the norm on that stuff. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys too. And Hobby Lobby's starting to get a lot of other stuff in. Not so many new Star Wars Bandai kits, but they are carrying some. They're starting to carry a lot of the little box kits, like the ones I'm using for the dioramas and stuff. So just thought I'd share that with you. So that was all. I just want to do this little update from the last video because something came to mind that I wanted to talk about. Mainly the colored LEDs and all that stuff, the fibers and all that stuff, and then also the rest of the stuff. So till the next time I see you guys, I talk to you guys. Have a good one. Take care. Happy modeling. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for all the nice comments you guys been leaving. I'll get back to all you guys that have been commenting so far today. By tomorrow, and we'll talk to you soon, hopefully. So have a good one. Take care. Bye.